So welcome to the M1, the glamorous M1 on a quite cold November morning. Why am I in such glamorous places? Well, I was meant to be somewhere distinctly more glamorous. I was meant to be in Morocco on a trip that was booked about 2 years ago. 7 days riding around Morocco on hired GS 310s. And that's all collapsed due to COVID. So instead of giving the leave back, which you can't possibly do because it's just too depressing, I decided to come up to Ripon, just seeing friends for a couple of days. Tomorrow I'm going to ride a 100-mile loop from Ripon back to Ripon in the Yorkshire countryside, which is a trip that's in the Simon Weir motorcycling book. So we're going to do that tomorrow, and then a couple of days seeing friends, and then off to Wales. On the first day in Wales, a friend of mine and I are going to ride our own bikes, so me on this GSA and him on his much more functional CRF 400. We're going to find some trails in Wales, and we're going to get ourselves lost and hopefully not crash. Then we've got a couple of days of guides on CRF 250s, and we're going to see if I can see what it's like riding a lighter bike off-road. And then a final day with guides again, back on the 250, sorry, back on the 1250, back on this GSA, and see if I can translate any of those skills onto the larger, heavier bike. So if you fancy seeing what that's all about and seeing how the next few days go, then hang around for the next 10 minutes. So welcome to Ripon City Market Square, Ripon Market Town, on an amazingly sunny November morning. The aim of today is to ride 96 miles from here back to here on a route from Simon Weir's touring Britain book on motorbikes, and let's see how it goes. Here we are, Ripon, more sun. The family and friends bit of this is over. So I'm now going to head off down the A1, M62 and head off to Wales, to near Aberystwyth. And we're going to have a few days learning to ride this and some 250 CRFs, which will hopefully be easier off-road, and see if we can get better at this off-roading thing. we are, off-road in Wales. What could possibly go wrong? This has gone far more wild than I kind of thought it would. Richard's on his CRF 400. I'm just talking to the camera there. Here we go. Any particular way is good? Well, I suddenly got a real panic about this one. So if I go in, I basically just keep the bike upright, don't I?
Yeah, or just cut the engine, but you won't go in. You won't go in.
So day 2, and the GSA has been swapped in for the CRF 250. So this morning we're back onto the GS rather than the 250s, and we're going to see how that gets on. is it only me that thinks this looks cool with shit all over it? It looks less like a showroom GS and more like a proper GS. So, it's over. 4 days. I'm heading back to London now from Wales. I just thought I'd say quickly to the camera that it's been an amazing 4 days. First day with Richard, off-road, just doing our own thing, discovering paths, getting lost. Next 2 days with the company that was guiding us on 250s. It was brilliant to get used to the skills of riding off-road. And the last day with the GSA, back, which we've just done today, doing similar sort of roads. Yes, it's heavier. Yes, it's a little bit more manhandle, but absolutely brilliant. The whole 4 days has done a massive amount for my confidence. I had done a couple of days riding off-road before, you know, a couple of days with different companies, nothing particularly sustained, but it's brilliant. It's improved my confidence about Norway. I think it's going to be perfectly possible on this bike. Bits of it won't be, as we've always said, but most of it's going to be possible. And the well-graded forest tracks on this, I mean, this just eats up those. It's just brilliant. Really comfortable. In fact, it's almost better than the 250. Anyway, I'm off back to London. Thanks for watching if you have.